So if you have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things that are above, not on the things that are on earth. For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, is revealed, then you also will be revealed with him in glory. Put to death, therefore, whatever in you is earthly: fornication and impurity, passion, evil desire, and greed, which is idolatry. On account of these, the wrath of God is coming on those who are disobedient. These are the ways you also once followed when you were living that life. But now you must get rid of all such things: anger, wrath, malice, slander, and abusive language from your mouth. Do not lie to one another, seeing that you have stripped of the old self with its practices and have clothed yourselves with the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge according to the image of its creator. In that renewal there is no longer Greek and Jew, circumcised and uncircumcised, barbarian and Scythian, slave and free, but Christ is all and in all. I'd like to think that my relationship with God is a priority in my life, and that the other priorities in my life extend from making God a priority in my life. I think that's true. But I don't know that I am prepared to no longer be identified as the father of my children, the father of Matthew, Michael, and Paul, the grandfather of Hallie, the husband of Anne, the son of Haroldine and Bill, the brother of Kathy, the minister at Jubilee United Church. I like those identities. They are not more important than my relationship with God. In fact, they stem out of it. But for me, what Paul is saying here, that what's implied here is that, I'm hidden in Christ, and that when Christ is revealed, I'll also be revealed with Christ. And like my friend would say, God looks at me and doesn't see me, but sees Christ. That for me is a whole lot like, well, I'm not racist because I don't see color. What I'm saying is there was a time that seemed to be a positive thing to say, a step forward. I remember when people said that, it was like, okay, there's the challenge. You're right. I put too much emphasis on race when I look at people. Okay, you know what? I don't see color anymore. I just look at the character of somebody. Fine. But now we've come to a place, in our lives, and in being in broader and more diverse community, where we recognize that, no, wait a minute. No, you do need to see me for who I am. Otherwise, you're just going to pretend. So you're going to pretend that I am able in the same way that you are able. You are going to pretend that I am like you. So if you are white and don't see color, basically what you're saying is you see everybody as white. If you're black and don't see color, then I suppose you're saying that everybody is black. But the thing is, we're not. Right? We are different, and I'm not ashamed of my ethnic heritage, the color of my skin. I'm not ashamed of it. Where I make it the highlight of human existence, I'm ashamed of that. Yes, I'm ashamed of any kind of supremacy, but I'm not ashamed of who I am. And if you know me, you kind of need to know who I am. I mean, the truth is, I'm a 61-year-old white man who's been raised in North America with a certain level of privilege that most don't get. I've had power granted me simply because I am the descendant of people who look like me, living in a country that has been, for better or worse, shaped, by my ancestors. And when I say for better or worse, I mean that quite sincerely. It's not necessarily always for better. But you need to know that about me. I don't think you have to hold it against me or blame me for it. I need to know that about me. So I think Paul's missing a beautiful part of this gospel of Jesus Christ, this event of Jesus. What is that event? And that event is that the holy and the divine, the holy and the secular, the divine and the human can coexist beautifully. It's not an either or, because Jesus isn't an either or. Jesus is exactly and also 100% fully human, 100% fully divine together. Well, that's not possible. It can't be fully human, fully divine. That is our faith. I think Paul's missing a point when he wants us to let go of the human and only be divine. But that all depends on how you see Jesus, I guess. I think for Paul, Jesus is a door. For me, Jesus is a way of being, I think.